The thing with me now is that after 27 years of being a comedian, every time I walk out the door, the light is officially on. In the sense that every time I leave my house, there is a slight chance I could make the news. For example, did Martin talk about how he fell off the stage earlier in the show? Okay, cool. For the home audience, Martin, he fell a while back, and he talked about it. I know you didn't see it, because your subscription only covers so much. Yeah. You can watch the first half on Prime. I think it's on Prime. You could just see it there, and then you come back here and check out the rest. So, long story short, we were doing a show in Phoenix, Arizona, and Martin accidentally fell off of a stage this high, and he broke his foot. Now, the incredible part about Martin is that he got up and on adrenaline, ran around, got back up on stage and performed, and then was taken to the hospital after he walked off stage. He is a professional. Seriously, that is a pro, much respect, because if it would have been me, if I would have fallen off the stage and the staff was like, what about the fans? Bye, Felicia. What do we tell them? Refund! But see, the difference is Martin had to tell you he fell for you to know he fell. And by the way, I saw the fall. He came out and just kind of, he tripped over a cord backstage, came through the curtain already, and then, Martin! Women in the front row were like, he fell for me. I'm glad you laugh. I said that last night and some guy was like, aw. I said, why aw? Well, that's your friend. Exactly. That's why I make fun of him. That is the mark of a true friendship, is being able to say real evil things about each other. Because you know you don't really mean it. Plus, you don't think that if I would have fallen off the stage instead of Martin, that he wouldn't have had a joke? You better believe he would have had a joke. He would have told people, I saw Fluffy bounce. Not to mention the fact that that'll make the news. I fall off the stage tonight, there'll be a van out in front in an hour. Yeah. We're standing here live in front of the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, where authorities believe Fluffy lost control. Let's go to Tom, who's inside the venue, who could fill us in with more. That's right, Jim. I'm standing here at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino inside the venue where apparently Fluffy took a spill. It is still uncertain as to what happened here tonight. We did have a chance to interview local authorities who had this to say. Damn! It is still uncertain if there was any problems with the stage. We did speak to security who had this to comment. I saw the whole damn thing, okay? Woo! Fluffy fell. He fell hard. I ain't seen that many white people cry since a Taylor Swift concert. It was bad. It was bad. And in Miami, are you kidding me? He hurt more Cubans than Castro. And that's how you get canceled. So that's the point I'm trying to make here. I made the news recently, without giving too much away. There's an episode of Family Feud coming out very soon that I'm going to be on. Yeah. It is the celebrity edition, so it's Fluffy and Fluffy's family versus Fat Joe and his family. So yeah, it's Fat Joe versus Fluffy, because apparently the producers have a great sense of humor. Anyway, long story short, I flew in some family from the East Coast to be on the show with me. The show went over very well. You'll find out who wins later. Here's the deal. The next day, my sister, who was one of the people I flew in, she hadn't been in California in forever, and she was like, can we go to Disneyland? And I'm like, sure, let's go. So it was her and her husband, Gordy, and I took them to Disney. And we get on a couple of rides. And just so we're clear, that's not what made the news. No. I said that last night and someone was like, oh, because he fit. No. Some people, right? Yeah. We get on the Cars ride at California Adventure. And halfway through the Cars ride, the car stops on the track. And my sister looked at me, she goes, is this supposed to happen? I go, no, the check cleared. We're supposed to finish. This is, we paid. It's supposed to work. No, this... It took the Disney people about 20 minutes to come get us and take us out of the car. So we're sitting there outside in the sun for 20 minutes. I had no problem with that because I am mocha. I'm okay in the sun for 20 minutes. My sister, she's twice as dark as me. She's like freaking, Apache. She's, freaking Azteca. Just, Her husband, on the other hand, he's from Minnesota. He almost died. Oh, don't you know? Yeah, so while we're sitting there in the car, waiting for the Disney people to come take us out of the car, the people waiting in line realize that the ride has been shut down. And so from the ride, you can see the line. People see the car on the track, and then they see who's in the car. And all of a sudden, cell phones start coming out. And by the time we left Disney, TMZ had already reported the story. And you can Google this, okay? TMZ reported the story. Before we left the park, it said, Fluffy stuck on LA freeway at Disney. I thought it was cute. I thought it was silly. I thought it was funny. I thought it was okay. Until I read the comments. Oh, some of you are dicks. One lady wrote, just because you're tall enough to ride doesn't mean you're small enough to fit. A guy wrote, the car got tired. Another guy wrote, you're Mexican, couldn't you fix it? And that was Martin, yeah. Anyway, so the time before that, we made world news. Some of you might remember this story. The guys and I were involved in an emergency landing situation. I had chartered a private jet because my last Netflix special, the money finally hit my account, and I thought I was balling, right? Nope, turns out we were falling. Worst turbulence we have ever experienced in 27 years of being comedians. Worst turbulence I ever felt, for sure. At one point, the jet did this. I did this. The scariest part was watching my dogs leave the seat. Fortunately, we landed safely. We were okay. That's not what made the news. What made the news is that when we came in for the landing, the jet touched down and then it skid off the runway by 200 yards. And we ended up in a field. A field. A field. Are you kidding me? As hard as I work. To break stereotypes. A bunch of Mexicans ended up in a field. Yeah, that's what happened. That's how TMZ reported it. Mexicans found in field. In the movies, the pilots are always the first to know when there's an issue. And in the movies, the pilots always have the courtesy of telling the passengers. They love to hear themselves talk. They get on the mic.
All right, sure, Captain speaking here. I just want to let you know we're going to be experiencing just a little bit of rough air. If you could just fasten your seatbelts, we're going to be A-okay. All right, I'll be right here with the cement.
If it gets bumpy, you know.
All right, hey, everybody, it's your Captain speaking here. Somebody just had a little Mexican food here, so we're feeling a little bumpy up here. Yeah, we just had some fast food. But if you could just a reminder to keep your seatbelts fastened, we might be getting a little bit. Oh, there we go, just a little bit there. All right, I'll be back with you in just a few seconds.
If the plane's going down,
brace for impact. Hold on tight. We're coming in hot.
Our pilot, nada. Our pilot didn't say anything until we came to like a complete stop. And then maybe like a minute later, the cockpit door opened up and he stuck his head in and he's like, "You good?" I was like, my chihuahua's in a cup holder. I am not good. It was a scary situation, you guys. But let me tell you, even though we were involved in an emergency landing and we thought we were gonna die, I'm grateful for the experience, believe it or not. I'm grateful because it reminded me how valuable life is and how quickly things can change. Every now and then we need a little reminder. We need to get shaken up a little to remind ourselves, oh my God, this is special. This is important. Enjoy it. Have fun. The rest of the day after the landing, there was nothing anybody could tell me to ruin how good I felt to just be breathing and be alive. Nothing. And so that's why I'm grateful for bad moments. And I think bad moments are actually a good thing because we need balance in life. You need to have bad experiences in order to truly appreciate good experiences. Not every day can be the same. And you need to have a way to balance. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes there's too many bad days in a row, and that shit sucks. And that's actually what happened.